So first of all, I have explained earlier what is a I mean, what is the image, what is the container, and here first we have a Docker Hub. Docker Hub is a public repository, and here images are there. What public repo? What it contains? It contains images, and it is a something. It is a base images, and something it is a custom image. Even though what happened, we can create a image, and we can send our image into the Docker Hub. Okay, so it is possible. We will see that with practical also how to do it. But what happened when we will create that, right? Images are we will download from the base images. With that image, we can create a containers. And uh, means what is the use of images? We have to be create the images. And which command? Docker run command. And how to pull this images into our VMs? It is a Docker pull command. Okay, Docker pull or image name. So Docker pull or image name already discussed. Some basic option of Docker run, right? Docker run has a multiple options. So some option I have already explained that, like Docker run, attach mode, detach mode, and interactive mode, right? Only three options. If we have discussed that how to create it, right? So another option what we have to discuss today, we are discussing earlier classes Docker file, and Docker file it is a useful to create images, custom images. Okay, so we have covered some options. So what happened? We have to be read all option, learn every option, and after that we will create custom image. And what happened? We will create some custom image, and we that custom images we have to push into the Docker Hub. So we will get some idea that how to push into that private repo or public repo. Even though in Office we will get that private repo, and the procedures should be the same. Only what happened? Only the difference is here we don't have a private repo, right? Why? Because we don't want to invest some money for the learning perspective. That's why. But process it is the same command. With the same command, we can also perform that operations. So I'm going to start adoption, which is a pending. So till what command I have covered? So run actually what happened? A run instruction will execute while creating a Docker image. Means what happened? Suppose any kind of uh, command execution, if we are planning to execute, right, while creating images, right? So we have to be use this run command. If without this run command, we can't execute a single instruction, even though CD or something, whether it is a normal instruction also, but it don't have any capability, internal capability to run any instruction into the images while creation. Even though this is also one option, uh, it can be executed multiple command at a time. Yes, it is possible. Here, what happened? You have to be do like this, run and if you are if you want to add, right, This symbol means it means that you are adding, you need to execute multiple ex- uh, command at a one go. So it will take it, but the better you have to be if you want to execute anything. So write a run, okay? And even though because why because it is a step by step. So if you want to add multiple, it is also fine. If you are not willing to add within a one go, so what happened? You have to be type run for the each execution of the command. It is also fine. Okay. Uh, how to what how and what we will get it and where we I mean, so what is the importance when we are doing the practical you will get it, but I'm taking one scenario. Suppose you have taken only ubuntu ubuntu images, right, from the base, uh, from the docker hub base image you have taken. So what happened? It is an operating system and you need to be install java into it. Okay. So what happened? What you have to do? Install your uh, uh, ubuntu, and here you have to be execute that command. And if you are selecting that ubuntu, right, yum, it is not working. So in during that situation, what you have to type here? So which command, which command supporting that operating system you have to be right here. Like in place of yum, you have to be right apt get install get, right, that command apt get install jdk. You have to provide the proper operating system related commands, otherwise it will not able to run. Why? Because if you want to try this into the ubuntu, right, it will not work. So similarly, if you are creating with the image with that this syntax into that ubuntu base image, it will also not work. So it is whatever command you are going to run, right, you have to understand that in which base image you are going to try, you are going to execute that. Okay. So so be very careful while creating a docker file. You have to understand that whole requirement, then you have to be type your select your command, otherwise it will fail that. And if suppose you, it is one question, suppose it is a somewhere it is a failing that you have written a 5 line code, yeah, 10 line code, some line it is not compiling, giving error. So docker file is, it is created or not? Yes, it is created, but whatever steps it is missing, right, it is giving error. So what happened? That part it is not added into that image. Okay. So note here we can write multiple run instruction. Docker engine will process from top to bottom. Make sense? So here one by one execution it is happening. CMD CMD instruction will execute while creating a Docker file. Using CMD commands, we can run our application in container. CMD means what? It is also similar as a run. CMD means command. CMD means command. Okay. Command of what? Suppose you want to run your Tomcat. It is one command. Okay. And CMD Java hyphen jar and jar file. So what is the difference? It is also part of some instruction execution, and here it is some instruction execution. What is the difference here? Understand that it is it is used for what? While creating an image. Okay. And here when image it is created, and during that time you have to set your this kind of instructions. Okay. Like suppose here we can write a multiple cmd commands, but docker engine will process only last CMD command. Suppose here what happened? Step by step, whatever software you need to be installed, right? It can install everything. Suppose you have written a 10, a 10, 10 run instructions, right? So what happened? It will execute 10, and even though nothing is missing, suppose you have installed 10 software, so all 10 software you will get it. But if you are executing this one, right? So what happened? Only last one you will get it. And generally for the uh, application installation or whatever it is, right? It is CMD, it is not good. Some only start the application, set the jar file, kind of this kind of commands instruction need to be execution we are using. And here the biggest thing is run use for execute while image creation and container, you know that clearly, right? Image creation means you are creating image, and you are creating a Docker execution means during that time it is using. So here what happened, during this situation only run we can use. Two different scenario, understand very carefully, otherwise you can't understand that. And for in the while creation of the container, so you can use this CMD. People will ask that difference, okay? So again I'm repeating one more time, understand that differences. Run instructions will execute while creating a Docker image, understand that. And note, we can write multiple run instruction. Docker engine will process from top to bottom. Here CMD instruction will execute while creating a Docker container. Using CMD, we can run our application in container. Understand that this word. And note, we can write a multiple CMD commands instructions, but CMD Docker engine will process only last CMD. It will ignore whatever top. If you have a 10 also, right? 9 it will ignore, only last one, 10th one, it will accept that. Okay. So what is the difference between run and CMD? Run instruction will execute while same one. Run instruction will execute if interviewer will ask you, right? So what is the difference between run and CMD? So run instruction will execute while creating a Docker image, and CMD instruction will execute while creating a Docker container. Understand that image and container, otherwise you will never understand that. And here we can write a multiple instruction, and Docker engine will process from top to bottom, step by step. Okay. If we have a 10 run command, so every run command will execute and nothing, no one it is ignored. And here what happen, if we can write multiple CMD command, but Docker engine will process only last CMD instructions. Make this statement in your mind, that this is the major difference, that it is used for the image creation, it is used for Docker creation, while Docker creation with the help of images. Okay. And here
Okay.
it is one example, like suppose you are taking from means what, you are downloading, you are pulling your images from Docker Hub. Okay. And you are taking latest Ubuntu images. Why? Because you are not providing any tag name. And maintainer means what? Maintainer means who's creating this Docker file. And here three run commands are there, and CMD, three CMDs are there. So we'll see that this practical. Okay.
Okay.
So डॉकर फाइल जो है इसका सिंटेक्स क्या होता है कि लिखने का सबसे फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी हैव टू बी check that docker it is started or not. So what is the command?
systemctl docker status. Only docker status.
It is a dead. Okay. So what happened? We have to be start. क्या था command? We have to be switch because I don't have a access of root. So what happened? Dot docker. We have to see. We have to see this status again. Okay. And what happened now? It is active. It is not dead. Okay. So first of all, when first suppose I'm creating some custom image. So how we have to start? So the Docker we have to be create a Docker file. Docker file name it's we will create a the file name Docker itself. Okay. So Docker file without any extension. Okay. This is the naming convention. So suppose file it is not created, right? So we have to be created this file with the vi. I know that vi everybody is aware. Who's not aware, it is a problem, it is not my problem. So I have to paste this, and now what happened, I have to be save and quit. Okay. And pwd here, this is the command. This on the root I have created what? Docker file. And our Docker file it is created. Okay. Docker file it is ready. We have to be learn how to execute that. Okay. We have one command, docker build -t and that name image name. Okay. Image name dot. So -t means tag name. So what tag name? Tag means some name, some alternative name. So which on suppose you want to create image, right? So you have to provide your image name. So with that hyphen, with the help of -t, you will provide your name. Okay. So I'm going to create Docker file with the help of this Docker file. Okay. I'm going to create image with the help of this Docker file. So and see very carefully. Okay. Docker build -t. Means tag name, means your name. Which image name you want to provide? You want to provide some name. Suppose I'm providing Ankur image. Okay. And here after that I have provided dot. Dot means what? That Docker file. Docker file it is available into the root, and I'm executing my command into the same location. if my Docker file location is somewhere else, so I have to be provide this uh, in place of dot. I have to be provide the full path of Docker file with the Docker file name. Okay, so here in this case, I'm executing my command, Docker build command into the same location. So that's why it is representing current directory. Okay, now I'm going to create it. So what happened, step by step Docker file execution is going to be happening step by step, right? So here it is, here step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, step 6, 7, 8. It is likewise, it is execution is happening. Now what happened, successfully build that image. Okay, and the tag name is Ankur, and it is the latest one. So how to see that image is created or not? Docker images, when you are creating, right? So see here, repositories, and here Ankur image. Tag, it is the latest one. Image ID, this one. And then what happened when it is created, and the size of this image. Understand that till now?
Yes, sir.
Can we create container with the help of this image? Yes. How to create it? Docker run,
-D.
and with the help of image. If it is a attach mode, right?
Yes.
What happened? Only third command it is executed, right? Only third CMD it is executed, rest it is ignored. And whatever internally while creating images, right, all runs, they are, it is executed while creation of image. But what happened last CMD here, see here, uh, run till now, it is running. And now what happened, it is also running, but what happened, it is ignoring everything, and only it is accepting third CMD. Okay, and then after that what happened, it is going to create build image. Okay, so the final end result is that this one, Docker ps hyphen a. Okay, when you are creating, you want to see that it stopped everything, right? So this is the command, ps hyphen this one. And
A.
here see, here the option, it is the hi, hi, I'm CM, I'm CM